Hello and welcome to my review of the Necrons Warriors found in the Warhammer 40,000 Indomitus box set. But that's not the only place you will find them. They're also included in the other three Warhammer 40,000 starter sets, the Recruit Edition, the Elite Edition and the Command Edition. So you don't have to spend £125 to get these Necrons Warriors, to get hold of them. They're available in those other sets, and no doubt Games Workshop will be releasing in the individual kits in the future. The main difference between getting them in this kit and the other three is that in this Indomitus set you get 20 of them, and then in the others you only get 10. But apart from that, they're exactly the same. You've got a load of options with them, really. Not many options in terms of scenic bases or anything like that, but primarily they introduce this shorter ranged weapon right here. We'll go through the rules of this one. You used to only be able to equip them with the Gauss Flayer, these longer ranged weapons, a little bit like bolt guns, but with 9th edition and these new Necrons, Games Workshop have decided to release these shorter ranged, better strength, better AP weapons called the Gauss Reapers. You get enough in these sets, in this set of 20, to have all 20 of them with the Gauss Reapers, or all 20 of them with the Gauss Flayers. I've mixed and matched. I've gone for 10 of each, but the rules state that any model can be equipped with one instead of the other. So you could have 18 Flayers if you want and 2 Reapers, up to you. So aside from having 2 weapon options per warrior, they've also got multiple head options. When you go ahead and build them and it says you can build 2 of this one kind, you can equip those 2 with the same head or one different head, and you can mix and match. So you can have the head that they're saying to fit on the Reaper with the one with the Flayer. It doesn't matter because the body is going to be exactly the same as the other twin. And that's what I wanted to also draw your attention to, is the similarity in poses. So you've got these two right here, for instance. They are twins, and what I mean by that is they've got the same legs. So 10 of them will have the same legs as the other 10. The difference being is their weapon. You can equip both of these with the Flayers or the Reapers, or one with the Flayer and one with the Reaper like I have done here, and you can swap those heads for them. So this warrior could have this head, and this warrior could still have the same head. So they could have exactly the same head but different weapons, or exactly the same head and the same weapons, or you know, you can just mix and match, which is really quite cool. The only thing that you're missing out on is the legs and kind of the arm poses, really. But apart from that, you know, that's as customizable as they go, and that's fine for normal troops. The fact that you've got different heads and the fact you've got different weapons is still pretty good for, you know, troop choice. They're all going to look quite samey anyway, but the fact that you've got loads of different heads and different weapon options just adds that extra spice to them. So much so that I wouldn't feel uncomfortable buying another 20 warriors. I really wouldn't. Anyway, moving forward, what I wanted to do is, before I do any size comparisons, I just want to show you the amount of spare parts you get with these suckers. But look at all these spare parts you get. Crazy amount. So as you can see, you get the other weapons. So I've got, as expected, a spare 20 weapons, because as I said before, you can have 20 Flayers or 20 Reapers, or 10 of each, or however many. It gives you, you know, full spare 20 main weapons there. And I've also got 20 spare heads. So that's the sum total of all the spare parts. If you're going to get this box set, you're going to have 20 spare weapons and 20 spare heads. You could quite easily chop the plugs off those heads and put them on their bases. You can put them on the Scarab bases, you can put them on your Primaris bases, do what you like with them. You can still use those Necron heads if you really wanted on bases. I'm not sure where or how I'm going to use mine. I might even start putting them on some Sisters of Battle bases, who knows, but you've got those spare parts. Now on to the size comparisons. So These are one of the smallest units in the whole box set. They're not quite as small as the Scarabs. Scarabs are the smallest, as you can see, but they are smaller than your normal Primaris. As you can see there, they're the Assault Primaris. They're a little bit smaller than them, even in their action poses. They are smaller than the Crypto Thralls right here. And of course, they're then smaller than you know, the Necron Overlord, and definitely the Scorpek Lord, and pretty much all of the other models, such as the Reanimator and the Scorpek Destroyers. So they're the second smallest unit in the whole of the box set, and they're the second smallest unit in the Necron force, which is, yeah, it's to be expected, I guess. There's a lot of new models in this set that just showcase that. But how tall are they compared to, say, a Necron Seraptech? Well, here's a Necron Seraptech right here, and as you can see, yeah, they all swarm about it, protecting it, do what they will, but it really is a whopping great big Imperial Knight sized model compared to the normal standard troop choices. And the final size comparison I always like to make is with the three models that feature in all my other reviews, which is a standard Space Marine, who is a little bit taller than them, than the Warriors. However, on closer inspection, they're about the same size, get taken away that scenic base. They're very, very similar. Space Marine has probably just got it with the power plant, but yeah, very similar in height. Of course, they're going to be taller than any of the Imperial Guard, and specifically Slimarbo and the Primaris. As you've seen just a moment ago with the Assault Intercessors, Primaris are going to be taller than your new Necrons and a lot bulkier. So hopefully those size comparisons have helped. What I will do now is go through all of their rules, which can be found in the Edge of Silence booklet that is included in the Indomitus box set. They are a troop choice. They're the only troop choice for Necrons in this book. I'm hoping there are a couple more troop choices in the Codex when that gets released, but we'll see. They are a power points cost of a 5. I don't know how much they're going to cost in match play, but you can find that out in the 40k app, where you're going to have to pay and subscribe to get that information from them. Their stat line reads, the unit contains between 10 to 20 models. They have a movement of 5 inches, a weapon skill 3+, ballistic skill 3+, strength 4, toughness 4, 1 wound, 1 attack, leadership 10, and a save of 4+. That's pretty straightforward. If we were to compare it to the Primaris side of things, in the box you'll find them slightly worse than the Primaris. They're a bit slower, but their weapon skill and ballistic skill is the same, apparently, and their strength and toughness is the same. They're just lacking that extra wound. They've only got 1 wound. They're lacking that extra attack. They've only got 1, but their leadership is better for some reason, and their save is worse. It's only a 4+. Now it goes on to say, if this unit contains 11 or more models, its power rating is increased to 10. Every model is equipped with Gorse Flayer. So if you have 20 of them, then you're going to have to double your power rating to a power rating of 10, which actually then makes them the most expensive unit for 20 of them than any of the other units in the entire box. So their weapons, they have a Gorse Flayer or a Gorse Reaper. So the Gorse Flayer is what you're used to. It's a 24-inch rapid fire 1, strength 4, AP -1, damage 1 weapon. And the Gorse Reaper, which is a brand new weapon, it's a shorter range weapon. It's not quite 12 inches, but it is 14 inches. It's a rapid fire 1, strength 5, AP -2, and a damage of 1. Any model can be equipped with 1 Gorse Reaper instead of 1 Gorse Flayer. Their abilities, reanimation protocols, and their number is Legion. You can re-roll reanimation protocol rolls of 1 for models in this unit. That's very important. Keywords, Necrons, Infantry, Necron Warriors. So there you go. That's the new Necron Warriors and all their rules. The differences between the weapons is really whether you want to go long range, you know, they've got an effective range of 29 inches there, or whether you want to go shorter and have an effective range of 19 inches. If you go shorter range, be prepared to, you know, foot slog across the battlefield a bit more. They don't have a transport as of yet. It would be nice to have, you know, 10 or 20 of these Necron Warriors pop out of one of the brand new monoliths and fire those strength 5 AP -2 weapons. That would be quite decent, or have them in a Ghost Arc or something like that. If I was getting this box set, I'd try and refrain from equipping all of them with Gorse Reapers. because they're going to be open to much more long-range firepower. But I hazard a guess that there will be other units in your Necron army that are a bit more of a priority than 20 warriors. But if you've got 40 warriors slowly making their way across the battlefield, those rapid fire shots will eventually add up, and they're going to be a bit survivable with those reanimation protocols, especially if you've got a Canoptech reanimator 9 inches away helping them with those rolls. I think they're great looking models. I like the attention to detail, I like the chips and the bullet holes and the extra detail that Games Workshop have added to them. Necron Warriors did need an update, and the Necron models needed a big update, so I'm pleased that they've done that. And they've made them the best they possibly can. I can't see any other extras that they could have done. Maybe they could have added bits and pieces falling off them, or little scarabs around them, or bits of scenic bases. But to be fair, I think they've done a good job, and they're certainly fit for purpose. And they'll be around for another sort of 10, 20 years or so, I'm sure. Anyway, what do you guys think of the Necron Warriors? Do you always take them in your Necron force, and how do they perform? Please do put it in the comments below. It'd be great to hear from you. Thank you ever so much for joining me today. Thank you for watching. The flesh is weak.